Good morning and welcome to Living Local 15. I'm Jessica Williams. Thank you so much for joining me. On today's show, we are learning about a new product that lets you enjoy flavored water without using artificial dyes, flavors, or added sugar. AirUp uses an innovative water bottle to accomplish this goal, and today I am speaking with their co-founder to learn more. Then Dr. Stephanie Sublett joins me in studio to discuss postpartum and give tips to moms, plus share about her new practice for moms called Lilivy Postpartum. And later we get the real estate rundown and learn about the best time to buy a home from Allison Reinhardt. Are you ready? Let's get started.
Fashion, food, and fun. You're watching Living Local 15 with your host, Jessica Williams.
Have you ever wanted to drink more flavored water without the artificial added flavor or extra sugar? Well, AirUp is a product that, through its unique design and innovation, utilizes smell to provide a better and more interesting way to get our flavors, but while drinking 100% of pure water. Joining me to share more about this product is Lena Jernst, who is the co-founder and chief evangelist of AirUp. Hi, Lena.
Hi, Jessica.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes.
Happy to be here.
Yes, absolutely. So this product, AirUp, it first caught my attention because it's such a modern and cute design for a water bottle, just in general, but it has so much unique technology that's involved with it. So can you give us an overview about what AirUp is?
Yes, sure. So AirUp is a bottle that should make normal water more exciting, because the problem is that we all know we should be drinking more plain water, right? Without sugar and all of those things that normally come with flavored beverages. But plain water for most of the people is quite boring. So when we developed this product, we wanted to flavor water just through something that doesn't have to add all those negative ingredients. So thereby we came to the conclusion that if you add scent to the water, it actually simulates flavor in your brain and then just get exhaled without having to add anything negative to the water.
Wow.
So
okay.
Basically it's a refillable water bottle that flavors pure water just by scent.
Okay, just by scent. So utilizing one of our primary things that we use every day, quite frankly, but never really thought that it could kind of trick our brain into thinking we're getting flavor. It's mind over matter in a way, which is very cool. And so let's talk about exactly how it works. Okay, so first up, you offer so many different colors and types of products. So I have here in front of me the blue and the pink, which is matted. Okay, and then it's very lightweight. It has a little handle if you want to attach it to something or carry it easily. And so just doing a little demonstration here, we're just going to take this off and kind of share with me how the product works as I put it together.
Yes. So first of all, of course, there needs to be water be filled into the bottle. So just fill the water inside. There's also a little mark until what height the water should be filled into. But yeah, that's totally fine. Okay. And then you put the mouthpiece with a straw back in the bottle, right? And it has to fit. Yeah, perfect. And then you can take one of the flavors. This is peach, I can see. It's a good choice.
And there's so many different flavors, which is awesome.
Yeah. So right now we have 16 different flavors on our website.
Wow.
So I think should be finding something. Yeah, right. And then you pack it and then you put it onto the mouthpiece. And there you should see in the pod, which is the little ring, you should see like a shape of a drop. And the drop has to fit on top of the mouthpiece. I can't see exactly, but it should be fine.
It is there, yes.
Perfect. And then what you need to do in order to activate the flavor, you have to pull the pod up until the little rim.
Okay.
And then it should be activated. Yes, perfect.
All right.
And then you drink out of it like you would drink out of a cocktail, right? So it's a straw. So you don't tilt it like that, but you just drink like that. And when the bubbles come, then it should be working. And you should be tasting peach flavored water.
Peach is good. Wow.
And the way it works is basically when you drink outside the straw, you will drink water and air, and the air gets let through this little pod. And takes the aroma molecules with it and gets as air, like scented air bubbles, basically with the water into the mouth. Then the scent separates from the water, rises up through the back of your mouth to the olfactory center, which sits in your nose, and then gets mistaken as flavor, basically, and then just exhaled. So that's the whole trick.
Right. And it's that pull-up part that really makes a difference, which is important to mention because someone could actually like plug it, and if it's plugged down, that essentially turns the pod off. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So if you push down, but so tell me, how long does each pod last? How long will this last on the water bottle?
Yeah, so one pod lasts at least for 5 liters of water. And thereby it's quite efficient. So actually it's also more sustainable if you compare it to the flavored beverages you would buy in the supermarket, because it's like, in comparison, those 5 liters of flavored beverage in this little pod, in comparison to at least 5 pre-filled bottles, it's 88% less plastic. And also it can be transported with a lot less CO2 emissions, because of course those pods are very small in comparison to those pre-filled bottles, right? And a lot more lightweight.
Yes. Okay. So about 8 of the regular bottles you're substituting, and it could last essentially, I think I was reading like around a week or so, or like 5 days, which is really nice to kind of have that flavor. But it's so easy to pop on and off other flavors if you want to kind of dabble with a different scent each day. And so I kind of want to bring attention to the different scent flavors. So here in front of me, we have lemon, we have iced peach tea, we have a mango passion fruit, apple, and lime, peach, and cucumber, which are all super great. And I just want to mention too that each of these pouches come with 3 pods. So it can last you for quite a few weeks just having one type of flavor. So thank you so much, Lena, for sharing more about this invention and this product that you have available to everyone. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Jessica.
Yes.
It was a pleasure.
If you would like more information about AirUp, we'll have their website listed below. Go and browse their products, and we'll be right back.
Have an idea for the show? Want to find out how you can be a guest? Contact us at livinglocal15@wayne.com.
Postpartum is a serious time in mothers' lives and involves many changes both emotionally and physically. Dr. Stephanie Sublett is opening up a specialized care practice in Fort Wayne called Lilivy Postpartum, focusing on providing essential medical support for postpartum mothers. Hi, doctor.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Yes. So this is really exciting, and I think something that may be new for people to learn more about if they're really not familiar with postpartum and how it really affects mothers. So can you just give us a little overview about the postpartum period?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So postpartum is, after birth. And I really like to focus in also, another term is the 4th trimester. So the 4th trimester is the first 12 weeks after a woman has a baby. And this is an immense period of adjustments, both physically and emotionally. As the baby adjusts to life outside and as the mom adjusts to her new role as a mother. It's a critical time where moms need specialized and personalized medical care.
Yes. And why is it important during that time for mothers to seek professional care and not try to figure out that period on their own?
Yeah. So I think that when women try to figure out everything on their own, it can be very isolating and overwhelming. As a mom of 3 myself, I've been there. I've gone through it. And I have spent the last 7 years professionally gaining more and more knowledge. So as an OBGYN, but also as a internationally board certified lactation consultant, that I can deliver tailored professional care so that you don't have to feel like you are figuring out everything on your own.
Yes. And can you kind of break down some of the specialties or specialists that can be involved for the professional care team?
Yes, absolutely. So OBGYNs, are kind of, who we always think about, but also, midwives, postpartum doulas, as well as lactation professionals, so lactation consultants, also psychiatrists. There are specialists that are trained within reproductive psychiatry, perinatal mental health, as well as even pelvic physical floor therapy. So there really are a lot of different specialties within the medical community, and myself, I've really tried to gain knowledge not only in the postpartum recovery from the OBGYN standpoint, but also as an IBCLC and as a specialist in breastfeeding medicine and perinatal mental health to kind of bring a lot of the specialties together as one in the service that I can provide local moms.
That's pretty awesome. That's awesome to be able to just kind of be all-in-one, one-stop shop for what mothers need. And so as a mother's pregnant and she's planning for that postpartum period, how is it best for her to really prepare for that time of her life?
Yeah. So I think that we all get really hung up on, what color of, paint we want to choose for the nursery and the crib and, the baby registry industry, which is great. Of course, babies do need things, but what I've found is that the mom really needs to plan for what support she may need. Now, it is hard, especially when you're a first-time mom, because sometimes, just like in life with a lot of different new experiences, you don't know what you need until you're in it. So that's why I'm trying to really revolutionize postpartum care and contact and have patients reach me while they're still pregnant, late second, third trimester, so we can talk about what individualized, personalized support one postpartum mom may need, because not every woman's postpartum journey is created equal. Someone may need a lot of help emotionally, mental health, depending on, pre-existing mental health conditions, where someone may need a lot of lactation support. It really depends. Everyone's journey is going to be slightly different. So I think having those conversations while you're pregnant with specialists like myself to be able to curtail what you may need can be really beneficial. And that's something that I hope to be able to really do with my patients and with Lilivy Postpartum, is building that support network for what you'll need postpartum. Because it may be with just me, but it may be me plus others in the community.
Yeah, that's so good, because people do make a birthing plan, right? And they try to make sure that they know if they want to have a natural birth or if they, planning for a C-section and all those things. But you're saying add this into that planning process to make sure you're covered during that period of time.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I think more historically, we kind of always looked at it as, the finish line is birth, right? But truthfully, the marathon of motherhood really is just beginning. And that's what I realized when I became a mom. As an OBGYN, I felt very prepared kind of physically for what I was going to be experiencing, but it was everything else that came with it about actually bringing that baby home, about with breastfeeding, emotionally, the support around me that I realized I didn't know what I was doing. And I'm a professional and I needed help.
And how can mothers set boundaries to try to get their mental health under control in advance, or at least to have the resources that they need in advance? What boundaries can they set?
Yeah. So I think boundary setting postpartum is crucial. And it really comes down to clear communication between you and your support system, maybe your partner, family, friends, but clearly communicating what your needs are, owning your no. So, if there's going to be a lot of pressure sometimes for lots of visitors. Everyone wants to hold the baby, but the mom needs to be held. And what I mean by that is she needs to be supported. So my best advice is try to be as clear with what you think you need. And like I said, everyone's journey is different, some women may thrive on seeing a lot of people postpartum, but I'll tell you, trying to prioritize your rest, your recovery, and knowing that if you say no to visitors, or I'd prefer not right now, let's set a time that maybe would work better for us, that's okay.
Yeah.
And people should respect that, and it's okay to say no.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, Dr. Sublett, if people are interested in learning more about your new practice, where can they find you?
Yeah, so they can find me on my website, lilivypostpartum.com. I'm also very active on social media. I do a lot of education for postpartum moms, focused on everything postpartum. On Instagram, you can find me at Lilivy Postpartum, as well as Facebook.
All right, wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing this information with us today.
Oh, you're so
I
welcome.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you for having me.
Yes. And if you would like more information, we'll be sure to have her website listed below, and we'll be right back.
Follow us on social media at Living Local 15.
Are you considering buying a new home? Well, Fort Wayne's market is unique and has so much to offer. And today we're going to learn about the best time for buyers to buy a home and much more in our real estate rundown with Allison Reinhardt. Hi, Allison.
Hi, Jessica.
Welcome back.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, so fall is here. We're in the last quarter of the year, and this is the perfect time to start considering buying a home, right?
And there are a lot of good reasons why to do that now. The numbers have been crunched and the word is out. The first week of October is supposed to be the best time of the entire year
Really?
to buy a home. And you're probably wondering what?
Yes,
Why?
why?
Right? Okay, why is this the best time of year? Well, because statistically, prices are down about 15% from the peak of the season, end of spring, beginning of summer months.
Okay.
Okay, so buyers will get a little bit of a discount because prices aren't as high. And two, you're going to see a little bit of a bump in inventory. So we're going to see a little bit more homes come on the market than we did a month ago.
Oh, and I guess that is kind of a good time before you get too settled into the holidays, decorating and trying to get your whole home together. You got a little bit of time, right?
Yeah, you have about from now until the end of the year, I would say, for this to be like a little nice cushion and a good time to buy.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so what is the first thing that buyers should consider as they are just really figuring out, okay, this is the right time? What's their next step?
Yeah, so if they're thinking this is the right time, the first thing is to be talking to an expert or talk to an expert lender. You know, everyone's kind of worried and talking about those interest rates. It's holding a lot of people back, those buyers on the fence. And this is what I say. There's a saying in real estate, Jessica, and it says, marry the home, date the rate. Okay? Marry the home, date the rate. What does that mean?
What does that
if
mean?
you find something you love, if you have to downsize, if you have to move, if you're ready for that next step, go for it. Marry the house and then date the rate until you find something better, because rates are always going to fluctuate, right? If you're saying this is holding me back, I can't do anything, you're going to be waiting maybe forever, because those rates are not going to go back down to those historic lows, okay? If you're waiting for that, don't wait for that. But don't let it be an excuse to keep you from your dream life. Right now, lenders have some really unique packages for buyers to address the raise in interest rates. So there is a good chance you can find something for you that can make home buying affordable.
That's great. And so do you know what really decides the fluctuation with interest rates? What is happening that makes them go up and down throughout the year?
Yeah, I mean, it's inflation, right? You know, they're always changing. They're always going to change. I think we got really comfortable just loving these 3%, 4%. And we think it's going to last forever. It's not. And these rates now won't last forever either. That's how we have to look at it.
Okay, so that's what's going on right now for the buyers, but what about the sellers? What's their benefit?
Yeah, the sellers have some really good things going on right now too. So recently, Realtor.com said Fort Wayne is in the top 10 list. Actually, we're number 3 in terms of strong home prices, okay? So just because there's a little dip in those prices for the fall market from how strong they were before, they're saying Fort Wayne's home prices are going to continue to stay strong and even go up. We're one of 10 of the top markets that it's going to do that. So sellers are in an excellent position, but I also recommend don't get too confident, right? Because overall sales compared to last year, how many deals we're doing in the Fort Wayne real estate market is down 16%. 20%. And it's because of those buyers kind of being on the fence. So you still have to attract them. So I always tell sellers, don't be too complacent, but you still have really great prices to rely on. We have a lot of equity.
That's good because, Fort Wayne is such a family environment. People are moving here because of the new developments and what this market really has to offer. And so with those being the options, I feel that you make a good point. The city alone cannot attract the buyers necessarily. The sellers have to do the work too.
The sellers have to do the work, and there are a few things sellers should be doing in this market right now. Number one, if you're thinking about making a move, don't overprice, okay? So there's fair market value. I always say go a little bit lower than fair market value so you can negotiate up, right? So you attract those buyers to you, and then you try to negotiate up to get that great price. Because if you price it too high, your offer comes in here, and then you're negotiating down.
Okay.
So that's my advice. Don't overprice your home, even in this market. Have your home be in top condition also to be able to attract those buyers.
Okay, and those are your top tips to
Those
be
are my
competitive?
top 2 tips. Just be competitive. Keep in mind, it's still a competitive situation, even if you're the only home on the block that's for sale right now. Don't let it go to your head yet.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Allison, for
Absolutely.
your top tips. If you have any real estate questions, you can email Allison. We'll have her email listed below, and we'll be right back.
Living Local 15, proudly driven by the Kelly Automotive Group.
Well, that's our show for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. And you can always rewatch episodes and full segments of Living Local 15 by going to WANE.com and also checking out our YouTube page. And remember, it's never too late to live your best life, so start living it today. And I look forward to seeing you here tomorrow. Bye-bye.